Katie and Joel at the movies.
At 5.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to face this. Can't believe it's here already. We're going to have to go through this today.
I think a memorial service is a wonderful idea. Just a remembrance of Nicole with a lot of friends.
We talked about it a long time ago. You know, what would happen if one of us died? She wanted it this way.
You know, I think it's a good idea that you let Adam spend the day with Mrs. Goodman. He probably wouldn't know what to make of all of this.
That was the only way to handle it. He's got enough adjustments to make without worrying about other people's emotions.
You know, Miles, you really haven't been eating right. I mean, you skipped breakfast again.
Oh, I'm not very hungry.
What about coffee? Would you like some more before we go?
No, thanks.
You know, Oscar said that somebody stopped by here last night to see me. Who was it?
Oh, last night. It was just a friend who came by to offer condolences to you.
Oh.
Well, it's about that time. You ready?
Miles. Oh, Miles, we're gonna make it through this. We'll do it together.
Come on. Come on.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Squeezably Soft Charmin Bathroom Tissue and by new enriched Prel. New Prel puts the ooh in shampoo.
In shampoo.
New Prel, that's who.
Now Prel's enriched to give a new kind of ooh. New Prel puts the ooh in shampoo.
Now there's a whole new feeling to Prel shampoo, because now Prel has a soft new fragrance.
Ooh.
Now Prel has special new silkeners you can feel while you shampoo. Ooh. Now Prel leaves your hair feeling soft and silky after.
Ooh.
New Prel puts the ooh in shampoo.
And what does that do? Ooh.
Ooh.
Puts it in a special new formula for dry hair, too.
New Prel puts the ooh in shampoo.
Mr. Gordon's never tried Charmin. Watch me get him. Mr. Gordon, quick, help! Help! Quick!
Oh, so this is Charmin.
Haven't you ever tried it?
No, is it good?
Squeeze it.
It's soft.
And
cushiony
and
squeezable.
gotcha.
Mr. Whipple, did I hear you tell him to squeeze the Charmin?
You did. Listen, I know once people squeeze Charmin and discover its softness.
They'll be back for more.
Uh-huh. You squeeze the Charmin and... I got you.
Charmin. The squeezing gets you, the softness.
Dear friends, Jody and I would like to welcome you and thank you for sharing this day with us. We want to make it very clear this isn't a funeral. It's just a time to remember a wife, a sister, a friend, to recall the joys that she brought to all of us and the meaningful ways that she touched all of our lives. We thought this would be the best way to pay tribute to her, and we certainly think that she would prefer this than expressions of mourning. So we don't invite your grief today. We just all want to remember the pleasures of her company. For those of you who want to express their remembrances of Nicole, we hope that you will feel free to share them with us. Jody?
My sister Nicole took me in, I guess, about 3 years ago when I first came to Monticello. And she didn't know anything about me. except maybe that I wasn't as tough as I seemed, and that I needed to be loved. One of her very special qualities was her ability to see things, you know, see the other side of the story, see it from the other guy's side, and even if she didn't agree with it. And in fact, I was talking about a friend of mine with her the other day, a person whom she didn't really approve of.
He's very lucky
Why?
to have someone who cares about him as much as you do.
Well, I do, but
But what?
I'm not ready to move in with him. I want to take it slow. I want our relationship to grow naturally. And what I was hoping for was that you and Miles would trust me enough to know that I'm not going to do anything stupid. And I know that Miles and Preacher don't get along.
Oh, that is an understatement.
And I know that Preacher doesn't exactly fit in. But right now I need him. And I need for you to accept him.
And if we do, you won't move out?
I'm sorry if that sounds like an ultimatum.
Oh, Jody, you are a Travis through and through. We've been through a lot together, haven't we?
Yeah.
And through it all, we have remained sisters and friends. And what are friends for if they can't help each other?
You'll try?
I'll try.
What about Miles?
Oh, well, we'll both have to work on him.
I love you.
I love you.
So I'm glad I told her that I love her. And I'm glad that she knew it before she left.
Geraldine, you had something to share?
Yes, Miles. Of her many admirable qualities, I suppose, most of all, I'll remember Nicole's cool courage in the face of adversity. There was no nonsense about her. She was practical to the core. At a time when she was living under the threat of indictment, she saved me the unhappy task of having to ask for her resignation from WMON. I found her in her office one day, cleaning out her desk. Can't imagine what the studio would be like without you.
Well, it would be impossible for me to continue working here. It's better that I resign now before you have all the viewers beating down the doors and before all the advertisers cancel all their commercials.
I know. I understand that.
It would be a great hardship on everyone, from you right down to the janitor, to say nothing of all the fights you would have with Skylar.
I suppose I can't argue with that from a strictly business standpoint. What can I say?
Nothing. But I can say thank you for everything.
Nicole was simply trying to soften my distress. And she did it with her usual cheerfulness and grace.
Derek, you said something.
Nicole Cavanaugh knew almost everything there was to know about compassion. I remember a very vivid memory. At a time when I was in pain, I just suffered the loss of my wife, Jinx, and Nicole came to see me. She just put out her hand and she said, I'm here. What can I do? And I said, well, just talk to me. Just keep talking.
Talk to you all night if not. So, what happened?
It's a very special day today for her. She was very anxious about fixing the first home-cooked meal for me. She'd planned all of this, all the menu and the flowers and the candles.
Oh, Derek.
meant a lot to her to give something to me like this finally. But she was interrupted. The bags of groceries are still in the kitchen. And the cookbook is still just laying there. When I came home, she was laying there. God, I knew right away. I knew right away as soon as I came in that there was something wrong. I almost didn't make it. She almost had to die alone.
Derek, please, listen to me. Jinx was a very brave and a very beautiful woman, and she loved you so much. She loved you with all her heart, and you did something so wonderful in return for that love. You loved her back, and you made her time here so very special. And there is nothing on this earth that can ever take that away from you.
I know that. And she gave me an awful lot, too. I'll always have her. She'll always be with me. Well, I think the same thing can be said for Nicole. That we'll never be without her. Never.
Gavin?
Generosity. That's what I remember most about Nicole. A generosity of spirit. I was broke, I remember. For some time I was floundering around trying to find a right job, a place in life, some kind of direction. I was beginning to feel like an orphan in the storm. Then Nicole laughed at my self-pity and opened her heart and said, "Come on, Gavin, share what we have. Share our home and our family." And I did, and she treated me like a kid brother. She made me feel like I belonged somewhere. It was no big deal to her, but it was to me. She gave me something fine and rare, and I'll always carry it with me.
No diet in the world will help you lose weight until you do one thing: control your appetite.
My appetite was my whole problem, but with Dexatrim, I wasn't hungry, and I lost weight.
The Extra Strength Dexatrim Diet Plan, the strongest appetite control formula you can buy without prescription. Dexatrim helps you eat less and lose weight.
With Dexatrim, I wasn't always thinking about food. I ate less, and I lost weight.
Extra Strength Dexatrim. No appetite control capsule works harder to help you lose weight.
Meet the Blavises, Publishers Clearinghouse double prize winners.
Our $75,000 prize doubled to $150,000, like that.
The best thing that ever happened to us happened twice.
With the Publishers Clearinghouse double prize stamp, winning feels twice as nice because any major prize you win doubles. The cash value doubles. Even our $365,000 super prize doubles.
Twice as rich?
Twice as nice.
The Publishers Clearinghouse $2 million sweepstakes is in the mail. So enter. When it comes to winning, there's no place like our house.
I was privileged to be able to call Nicole my friend. Quite simply, I loved her. But more than that, I liked her. For a long period of time, especially these last years, we saw very little of each other. But then, when we did, well, it was as though we had been interrupted for a very brief span of time. We both cherished the feeling of the continuity of our affection. I really can't begin to try to single out any one particular memory of Nicole, because there's so many, and so varied. But I did want to say that I agree with Miles and Jody. This isn't a time to grieve for her. It's a time to celebrate her life.
Well, now, it's funny. I didn't think I'd be able to get through this time of memory. But I see with your help I have. I also remember all the things you've mentioned about Nicole. I remember her generosity and her grace and her warmth, her loyalty. But there's some other things I remember, too. I remember her sense of fun and her laughter. We laughed a lot. We laughed a lot. She could always turn a minor tragedy into a high comedy. She was a formidable adversary in an argument, because I'd be off on one of my tirades, and all of a sudden she'd say something so outrageously funny, I just would dissolve into laughter, and I'd have to throw up my hands in defeat. So she almost always came out the winner. She was always the winner. Again, I want to thank you all for coming today and sharing your remembrances of Nicole. She had a favorite quote by some anonymous poet. I don't know who it is. She wrote it to me in a letter once. And I'll leave you with the thought that it holds. Say not good night, but in some brighter place, bid me good morning.
Hidden deep in the mountains of your dirty laundry are some very tough stains. Introducing an incredible new laundry detergent that gets them out. Introducing new Era Plus with protein. Why protein? Because stains like tough color soil, ketchup, even ground-in grass are made of protein. And protein gets out protein stains. Era Plus on even set in blood. Protein gets out protein. Put a little Era Plus on problems. Add a quarter cup to clean the whole wash. Nothing gets out every stain, but new Era Plus will get out some of the toughest. New Era Plus with protein gets out stains to get your whole wash clean.
One little spot of greasy dirt, most cleaners full strength could handle it. But imagine doing this whole kitchen floor straight from the bottle. I can't. For this, I clean by the bucket. It's top job. No leaning liquid in a bucket tops top job on the toughest greasy dirt. It's true. Now take pine oils. They're okay full strength. But pour them in water like I do and watch. Top job cleans the toughest greasy dirt better. Fact is, oil and water don't mix like top job. Yet tough as it is, top job's still safe on no wax floors. Look, if your greasy dirt doesn't stop at just one spot, switch to Top Job. It cleans better by the bucket.
Mrs. Saxon, I'm really very sorry about Nicole.
It's kind of you to express it.
If there's anything at all that I could do to help, around the station, I mean.
Yes, well, I've been giving that a good deal of thought today, Peter. As difficult as it is, I have to be a pragmatist. I'm facing a very difficult decision.
Well, I would imagine that you'd want to replace her.
On the contrary. As a woman commentator, she'll be irreplaceable, so I won't even try.
Well, of course. I understand how you feel.
That being the case, I will want you to continue to anchor the 5 o'clock news alone.
I see.
Now, before you give me a definite answer, let me tell you that I will understand perfectly if you refuse.
Why would I do that?
As unpleasant as it is to remind you. You might have been the target for the killer. So, if you have even a shred of anxiety, I wouldn't blame you.
Not at all. I'll be happy to fill the post as long as you need me. Believe me, there is nothing that would frighten me away from this job.
You were great today.
So are you. I thought the service was beautiful. Just full of love for Nicole.
Yes, it was.
Good thoughts, fond memories.
It's the way it should be. I was just wondering something. Now that I've lost Nicole, am I going to lose you too?
Miles, where did you ever get an idea like that?
Fear, I guess.
Miles, this isn't the time.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
You're not putting me on the spot. I just wish...
What?
Miles, I wish that you weren't so controlled. Why don't you do something? Why don't you rant? Why don't you rave? Why don't you cry? Why don't you beat your head against a wall? Why don't you give in to your grief?
I can't, Judy. I don't know why. I just can't.
Mrs. Saxon, could I see you for a moment? I need your advice.
Why, of course, Stan.
I hate to bother you, especially at a time like this.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Usually, I'm the one who comes to you with problems. What is it?
Well, I really don't know how to say this, but I have to. I'm losing sleep over it.
Then you better tell me without delay.
Well, see, it's like this. That night you and I were working late, and Nicole came by. You remember?
I'm not likely to forget it.
Well, I saw something. I didn't tell the police about it. I guess I should have, but I don't want to cause trouble for anybody. Besides, it's probably nothing anyway.
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Well, I thought you two were the only ones in the building.
Considering what happened, obviously you were wrong.
Well, that's just it. There was someone else in the building, and I know who.
Yes?
Well, it was Peter Nevins. I know because his car was still in the lot when I went to mine.
Are you sure it was Peter's car?
Absolutely. I'd know it anywhere. I didn't think anything about it at the time, not until the police were questioning everybody. But then Peter never said a word about being there. Why do you suppose that was, Mrs. Saxon?
It happened one morning. 15 gray hairs. I'm too young to go gray. So I tried the Clairol Color Renewal System. It got rid of those dull grays. And I got a surprise. Color all over. Vibrant, pretty, looks shiny and feels soft. More volume. Gentle. No peroxide. No roots. Blends away gradually. Natural looking. Changed my feelings about hair color. I just love the Clairol Color Renewal System. It's so easy. Now, I'll never go gray.
To see you, to touch you, to imagine this will be the moment when a dream comes true.
There are moments that lead far beyond romance, moments beyond fantasy, intimate moments, an exciting new series of novels from Silhouette Books.
From moment to moment with you.
Make a Silhouette intimate moment yours.
General Hospital, Robert's in danger.
I'll kill you. I swear I'll kill you right now.
And Luke has a plan that backfires.
Robert! This is all your fault!
General Hospital, weekdays.
I really like to do...
What?
I'd like to come by the studio tomorrow for the broadcast, kind of cheer you on.
Oh, I'd love it if you could.
I don't want to do it if it's going to throw you off. So just...
No, it would be wonderful. It would help me knowing you were there.
Sure?
Thanks.
I'm your biggest fan, you know.
I love you. Despite that horrible, horrible dream you had last night, I'll never leave you.
You promise?
With all my heart.
But you did leave me. You lied to me.
We can hold you long. Hold you long. We can hold you strong. Hold you. We can hold you in a way you've never been held before.
If anyone knows how to hold a woman, it's Final Net. We can hold you long. We can hold you strong.
We can hold you in a way you've never been held before.
Is that the Publishers Clearinghouse $2 million sweepstakes you just got? How come you haven't sent it in?
Intelligent people don't enter contests.
That's what we used to think. Now we're $250,000 smarter.
I don't think anybody ever wins.
That's what I used to think, but hearing I'd won just 3 months later made me believe.
You know that Publishers Clearinghouse $2 million sweepstakes you just got? Why haven't you sent it in? Lots of Clearinghouse winners used to think that, too. Come on, send it in.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, astronaut Sally Ride previews the space shuttle launch. Also, Jane Fonda and Donna Summer. Next week, Menudo and Ronald Reagan Jr. on Good Morning America.
Tonight, Henry hits the ceiling when he sees Sarah's centerfold photo in a men's magazine on Too Close for Comfort, followed by It Takes Two.
I'll talk with England's Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in her first American interview since her re-election.
Plus, peacetime military deaths. I'll investigate why parents say they just can't get the answers.
And we'll meet top movie composer John Williams, whose music returns with the Jedi on 2020 tonight.
At Siemens, you can decorate your living room, bedroom, any room with a Siemens Decorator Room Package. And save money, too. Siemens, the way to a...
Sergio Franchi.
Today and find your one true love.
9, musical. 9, the love story. 9, the reason to go to the theater. Call Charge It.
Thursday, Sarah gets some national exposure.
She posed in the news.
Too close for comfort.
Yeah.
Then, Mama befriends a fallen woman.
Let me make you some lunch. You must have a little time before your next prank.
It Takes Two. And on 2020, Geraldo Rivera reports on GI deaths in peacetime. Can families find answers? And from his box office classics to the return of the Jedi, John Williams' music keeps on swinging. Meet him Thursday. Loving. Alden University, 1983. Meet Jack and Lily, the most likely to succeed in love. Lorna, restless, glamorous, campus beauty. Stacy, most likely to steal your hearts. Curtis, most likely to break your hearts. Loving, the movie Sunday, June 26th, the series, Monday, June 27th. Coming Tuesday, July 5th.
I want my half-hour comedy hour.
There's a dark tanning town, sea and ski as dark as brown. The dark tanning town.
Light baby oil formula Sea and Ski for Sea and Ski's deep, dark baby oil tan.
The dark tanning town.
Sea and Ski's light baby oil formula lets in tanning rays. Special Papa sunscreen helps block burning rays.
The dark tanning town.
Hot. Get Sea and Ski light baby oil and baby lotion for your deepest, darkest tan.
Children, let's take a test. Oh, this one is easy. Name a soft drink with no caffeine.
7-Up!
And no artificial color.
7-Up?
And no artificial flavor.
7-Up?
Now, which soft drink has a clean, refreshing, unspoiled taste?
7-Up!
I could not have said it better myself.
Don't you feel good about